I found holistic management, you know, changed my view on my landscape, on my farm, in a few ways. Desert is the bare land between two plants, which I thought, this is very green and lush, but you open the grass up and have a look, and at the time I had spaces up to 150 millimetres between plants. You go, oh, it's all green. No, it's green, but there was large amount of dirt, and I'm thinking that is the desert I have to, you know, work on. The other thing that changed was covered soil is growing soil. So instead of trying to spray all the weeds out, I now try to grow more grass. Instead of, it was a big mind shift.
So think positive, instead of killing, you
growing.
You grow.
Yep.
You put life instead of removing life.
Yes. Yes. The more diversity, the better. Covered soil is better than bare soil. So instead of trying to get rid of weeds to have bare soil, I go, well, I'd rather just have weeds growing there than not. And once the weeds have established and covered the soil, then it's much easier to trample it with the cows or slash it with the tractor and get some more mulch on the ground so it's covered, rather than spraying it so it all dies and turns back to bare soil.
So before you used herbicides?
Yes.
To kill your weeds?
Yep.
And now?
Now I don't.
Okay.
I still do use some herbicide when I'm trying to get some grassland back, and like these big trees, the camphor laurels in particular, you cut them off, they reshoot from the stump, they reshoot from the roots, all their seeds, suddenly with extra light, all the seeds germinate and the ground is covered in camphor laurel. It is a prolific tree. So I do use herbicide when I cut the tree down. I will then poison that stump so that it doesn't reshoot. You know, in some parts where lantana has taken over, which is another fairly invasive species, it gets really good cover and everything just dies off underneath it. So when you spray it, it all just crumbles and you've got all that land back. But you need to then get in there and keep going over it to stop any, you know, all the other weeds taking over. But spraying it is much easier than going in there and tearing it out by hand or slashing it with the tractor, especially on the steep country. The spraying is quite a viable way of doing it. But as part of holistic management, I don't want to be killing stuff. I don't want to be spraying myself. I don't want to be spraying my family. And even though, you know, you follow proper protocols, safety gear, you know, respirators, you're still exposing yourself to quite harmful chemicals. And it's not just a, oh well, it was, you know, it's really bad for the environment. Well, it's not great for the environment. It's not great for me. It costs a lot more, you know, it costs money to go and spray. You know, so it's there's no one factor that makes me stop. But overall, altogether, I think my life is better to not spray. I feel better not doing it. It's very difficult for me to say to another farmer, oh, you need to stop spraying, because for him, no, it might well work. Unless he looks at it like I have, maybe he thinks that is a great way to go. Someone was saying, talking to some farmers and saying there's other ways to control weeds. He's gone, well, we spray these weeds, we've been doing it for our whole lives, this is how we do it. And it's like, well, have you stopped having to spray? Like, is there an end point, or do you just have to spray forever? It's ideally, it'd be nice to not have to spray. and I don't know if you could ever get away without, commercially, without having to spray, but for me, I'd rather not.